All right, guys, Nico Misleh here with HRT University, and I'm so excited to be making this video. I can't even tell you. I have been working on something really special, and it's something that I thought at first was just going to be like this helpful, interesting little tool. And as I've kind of continued working with it and working on it, I've recognized that this is going to be so much more than a tool. I do think that this is going to be, in a lot of ways, revolutionary, groundbreaking, and helpful and really valuable for you guys. And again, it's a mentor, and her name is Pearl. And I kind of co-created her in a lab, so to speak. And I love her. And here's why I love her. There is a clear understanding that in the world of education and in the world of hormone replacement therapy, we need mentors. We need guides, right? And I think in many ways, I hope that you guys joined HRT University so that I could help. I could help guide you in terms of learning and really loving and appreciating hormone replacement therapy so that you could overcome some of that imposter syndrome stuff and feel really confident in what you're doing for your men and your women in your clinics and in your practices so that you could become an expert and really lean into that and not feel ashamed about, asking dumb questions, right? Because there's no such thing. They're all great questions. And so I hope that's what you're here for. That's why I made HRT University, right? There was a gap in the market and I filled that gap. And I know I did because the response has just been extraordinary. The hundreds of providers that are part of HRT University has blown me away. And it's because we're a community of people who get it. We love HRT. We want our patients to love it. We want other providers to love it. And it's because it's so powerful and so amazing. So there is still a weak point. And that is that we need mentors who are 24/7. Right? We need a mentor, a pocket mentor, right? Almost like a genie in a lamp. Like I can rub the lamp and out pops a genie. I need a mentor who I can rely on 24/7 to meet my questions, my burning desires, whatever I need to help make sure that whatever I'm doing is right. And again, I understand a lot of us are working late nights, early mornings. We might have a patient in an hour and we just need to know an answer kind of quickly, even just to get a semblance of where we're at with our thought process. And dumping answers into Facebook groups is terrible. You get 1,000 terrible answers, right? Our HRT community is incredible. The forum is awesome. It's robust. There's so many good clinical experts there. But again, not all of us are awake at 2 a.m. on a Friday night or available in the next 30 seconds to answer one of your questions. And we need something around there. We need something to guide us a little bit more, and it's a little bit more accessible. But God, could you imagine how much that would cost for something like that, right? So I thought, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to lean into technology. I'm going to lean into AI and see if I can create an agent, a bot, and name her Pearl and make her relatable and fun and sweet and kind and helpful, just like we expect from all of our community members to be kind and helpful and respectful and make sure that all our questions are answered. I created Pearl to reflect that. And so she's not a bug. She's a feature. She's an amazing feature. She's not something we need to be nervous about. She's something we need to embrace and enjoy and love. But more importantly, she's something that we need to grow. Okay. This is a beta launch, guys. This is going to be available, Pearl, for the next 30 days. And I want you guys to really, really, really dig in and ask her some questions. Ask her any question you can think of. Tell me where she's really strong. Tell me where she's really weak. Tell me where we can improve upon things, however we can. Write it down, please. Send it to me. Email it to me, message it to me, however you can. I need to collect that data. I've asked her a lot of questions. She's been fed all the information. But again, it's new and I have probably not asked her all of the questions that I could. And so I want to continue to grow her into something that, we're really proud of and we can rely on. And we can know that any new students joining and students for years and years to come, generations down the road, will have access to something that's really powerful and meaningful. And hopefully something that really changes the way in which they practice and care for their patients because they're not waiting around for that mentor to drop in and help them. So with that being said, I'm going to flip over to my screen here because I'm sharing it. And I want to show you if you're in your dashboard. So if you have the master course, again, this is only for master course members. If you're going to your master course at the very top, you're going to see a module called Pearl HRTU Mentor. I want you to click that module and it's going to drop you into this page right here, okay? And you'll see there's a blank space up at the top, but that's where this video is going to go in right now. And at the very bottom right-hand corner, you're going to see this little brown chat. And it might have a little red number 1 there. It might not. Either way, I want you to just click on it. And boom, up pops Pearl, a helpful AI guide for nurse practitioners exploring HRT. Awesome. And she's so sweet. Hey there, I'm Pearl. I'm your friendly HRT mentor, and I'm here to support you with clinical questions. What are you curious about today? So I just want to show you one example, right? Because again, a lot of people might say, well, Nico, what the heck? Like, I could just ask ChatGPT, right? Like, what's the difference between yours? Well, ChatGPT doesn't know HRT University, at least not yet. Will it ever? I don't know. Again, ChatGPT is not some soothsayer. It's only going to feed you information that it's been fed, and it's been fed a lot of crap, guys. So Pearl kind of combines both worlds. It's kind of on the basis of ChatGPT and Grok and all these other AIs, but it's also been infused with HRT University principles and thought processes and all that sorts of stuff. And she can point you in the right directions for things. So let me show you one question that I think we would know that 99% of the time, ChatGPT is going to get this question wrong, which would be something like, are AIs necessary? You're going to watch me try to type and spell live for male TRT patients. Now, if you type that into ChatGPT, I probably don't need to tell you that it's going to say, yeah, sometimes, here's why, blah, 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 blah. And we know that's wrong. That's not even scientifically valid. So what happens if we ask Pearl this question? So I type it in, I click enter, and now she's going to do something amazing, which is, of course, go through this large language model. She's going to scour, basically what is the intranet, and she's also going to scour our material, the HRT University team's material. By the way, she also knows all my emails, right? So anything like my last email that I did on NAD+, niacin and niacinamide, anything about SSRIs, business things, right? Some people asking questions about memberships and stuff. She's going to know those answers too. So here she comes. She's got an answer for us now. Great question. I love that because I always say that. Aromatase inhibitors, AIs, are generally not recommended for male TRT patients, and here's why. And then she breaks it down for us. Why is it not necessary? Because we love estradiol. We need estradiol to maintain all these wonderful functions. If we suppress estradiol, we're going to end up with tons of side effects and nasty stuff. And so instead of going this AI route, which is totally crazy, couldn't we consider managing things by optimizing the testosterone dose and frequency? Oh man, you nailed it, Pearl. That was great. And by the way, then she's going to source this for us. It's in the male HRT course. What module? Section 7, part 2. And she's timestamped it for us at 8 minutes on the dot. And here's a relevant quote. And this is literally a quote from the course. She has all the transcripts. And she, so this is me saying this. I so weird to be able to read this, but if you give guys testosterone, they'll say, wow, my joints feel really good. And it's because we're getting that estradiol back in and holding off on that, holding more of that fluid joint and fluid in general within the body. Wow, that was really smart, Nico from the course. So I love this. I just thought that is so cool that we can literally get in there and ask her a question that, again, 99% of the time, ChatGPT is going to totally whiff. But she just nailed it right off the back, and she's going to point you exactly to where that is in the course. So if, again, you want to kind of revisit that, now you know exactly where it is, what timestamp, without having to, plow through the whole course and every single module and try to timestamp it yourself. I just think it's terrific. So guys, this is just the beginnings of Pearl. And I don't want to make this video way too cumbersome, but I want you to ask her questions. Please, I'm begging you. You would be doing me a favor that is beyond words. You guys are experts now. You guys know this material. You guys have burning questions. You're seeing patients just like I am. Feed her questions. Let me know if she has a weak spot. Occasionally she'll say something and you're going to say, you know what? That's kind of weird. I don't feel like that's quite true. Or, Nico, I feel like would have said this, or actually in the course it says that. I need to know that. Again, I'm pretty positive that she's going to nail it 9 out of 10 times, but I want to make sure that we've got her perfect. And I know this is going to be a labor of love and something that we grow with, but please use her up. Let me know how you like her, please message me, keep me posted about this stuff, shoot me an email, whatever you need to do to let me or Emily know how Pearl is operating for you. And I hope you find this to be so extraordinary, because I've really personally loved it. I think it's been amazing for myself and for my team. My other employees have kind of messed with it a little bit and they really love it. So please dig in there and let me know if you have any questions. And thank you so much for your trust. Thank you so much for being a part of this movement. We're just getting started, and I can't wait to show off Pearl to the entire world, because again, I don't think this is just some bug. I don't think this is just some little tool. I think this is a revolutionary mentorship piece again, and she's there for you 24/7. She'll be in your pocket. We're going to find a way to get her on an app. I mean, we are going to just blow this up. So thank you guys so much for being a part of this, and we'll see each other soon.